Does your muff need national defence? Well, have no fear, brave citizen, as the Muff Toys National Defender is on hand to save the day. Here he is. Let's talk about him and more on Tac Tac Toys with Film. Welcome back to Tac Tac Toys with Film. This is episode 9 of Flicks and Figs. Just remember, this video is not for kids, just as you probably noticed in that intro. And let's get into it. So yeah, here's the Muff Toys National Defender. What an interesting name, you know. Maybe the name of the figure for 2024 goes to name of the year for this figure, because yeah, Muff Toys is at it again with their National Defender. Now it's clearly, obviously, Superman. He's kind of you know, blacked out here, so it's kind of a tease at Superman. Could it be something like a Kingdom Come Superman? Well, who knows, but we'll know soon enough. And sticking with DC, we've got the Mezco 112 animated Batman here. So Mezco 112 are going to give us, you know, a 112 or 6-inch scale animated Batman. Obviously, Toddy McFarlane, hey everybody, it's Todd, is giving us the 7-inch versions. But here we go with the 112 scale, and I think it looks pretty decent. And here is the Joker. You can't just have Batman without the Joker. Could this be a 2-pack? This was obviously from the Mezco Toy Fairs reveal, the Mezco Toy Fairs, which was quite recent. But yeah, these look decent. I mean, I think these look really good, actually. And, you know, they could go quite sort of all in to this. There's plenty of characters they could give us. Obviously, Alfred, plenty of the villains. Depends how far Mezco want to go in on the line. Obviously, there's plenty of choices for villain characters for Batman. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button. Feel free to comment and subscribe. Are you into the Muff Defender or National Defender or the Mezco 112 Batman figures? Let me know in the comments below. And here we have a look at new Spiro Toys Animal Warriors of the Kingdom. These figures do look very good, I must say. They've been available here in the UK on props and replicas, so they're looking really decent, I would say. Yeah, let me know if you've picked any up. I'm still waiting on mine from the Kickstarter, so I've been in contact with Spiro Toys. Hopefully they'll be able to send me wave 1 soon enough. But yeah, I mean, these look pretty fun. These are the kind of things you could stick in with a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles kind of displays, your your Manimals or Maximals, whatever they're called, or, you know, Thundercats, maybe Super 7 Thundercats. Obviously the articulation on these is going to be better than Super 7 Thundercats, but these anthropomorphic animals, they really look good. They're really done nicely, aren't they? The one in the middle there looks like he could sort of double for a Usagi Yojimbo, and the one at the end looks like some kind of you know, I don't know, because that blue looks like a lovely blue you could see on a X-Men Beast. I'd love Hasbro to paint an X-Men Beast in those colours. But, you know, these could be High Evolutionary, you know, the Marvel Legends High Evolutionary. His is it Animal Men? I believe it's Animal Men, but yeah, this wave is looking particularly good. And here we've got, yeah, I think this is the previous wave, or it's characters from the previous wave. Not totally sure. Obviously the lion is, I imagine, or I mean. But yeah, I mean, they were going all out with these kind of things, and, you know, more power to them. They do look like excellent figures. And if you get a chance to get any in hand, then do sort of let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, because I'm always hearing good things. This chameleon looks fun. Looks like a really good chameleon. It'd be nice if he had a change colour sort of you know, dynamic or something, wouldn't it? Like if he stuck to stuff and he could change sort of colours, but that would be fun. But yeah, I mean, Spiro Toys look really good. I'm having to admire them from the far at the minute, but hopefully I'll be able to get some in hand myself soon. Like I say, props and replicas here in the UK did have them, and obviously I believe Big Bad Toy Store in the US have them. So they're looking pretty good. And sticking with a sort of like, well, I guess more of a space theme, we've got Diamond Select Rebel Moon figures here. Here we go. So this character, this was the main villain. This was the sort of the guy from Gladiator. He's a general in this. Can't exactly remember his name, but yeah, I haven't actually watched all of Rebel Moon, to be honest. Let me know what you thought of the film in the comments below. I have mentioned these figures on Flicks and Figs before, but we're getting a better, closer look at him. And this is Francis from the Deadpool movie. He's the villain in Rebel Moon as well. They're sort of like a, you know, far right kind of. This is the kind of like your far right controller of the galaxy, a bit like the Empire, that type of thing. And talking of Star Wars, that was obviously a Star Wars knockoff. We're getting the real thing now. This is SHF or Asoka, or, you know, yeah, it's SH Figure Arts Asoka. Now, obviously, we have seen some sort of SH Figure Arts Star Wars figures before that never made it past the design stage or the kind of, you know, prototype stage. This one looks, hopefully will get made past that stage, because it looks really good. I mean, that is a great likeness of the actress Rosie, I can't remember her name, but yeah, anyway, the actress, yeah, I mean, it does look really, really good there. So yeah, I mean, if you want an SHF sort of Asoka, and obviously you can go with the Black Series, but if you want something with slightly, you know, it's going to have more high-end articulation, and this looks like a pretty good bet. And it's got that kind of waving lightsaber effect that looks really cool, included with this one. So you know, when she sort of swooshes the lightsabers, should we say, that looks really fun. I think this looks really decent, to be honest. If I was collecting SHF Star Wars, this is probably one, you know, I'd consider. The only thing that looks a little odd, I mean, nice cloth robe there as well. The only thing that looks a little odd, just noticing, was the knees, was the articulation on the knees and where the kind of cloth, you know, bends. But you know, to each their own. If you don't mind that, then it's absolutely fine. I think she looks decent. I mean, the cloth, like I say, the cloth robe on top there is a really nice touch. And sticking with space, I've seen new Mass Effect figures, I believe from McFarlane Toys. Now these look like statues, so I don't know whether these are statues or whether they'll feature articulation. I just thought I'd feature them because I sort of saw them coming up. It does say they're new Mass Effect figures, but they do look a bit like statues. They could be from McFarlane Toys, being statues. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. And again, if you're enjoying this episode of Flicks and Figs, don't forget to smash the like button and feel free to comment and subscribe. I'm moving over to Super 7. Yeah, we've got Super 7 at JoeFest, so here we go. Obviously Valaverse was previously at JoeFest, and they're moving to a few different Comic Cons now, but JoeFest is going to feature Super 7, so obviously the GI Joes at Super 7. And sticking with GI Joes, we've got a look here at, credit to the Full Force Weekly, in-hand pics of GI Joe Classified Metalhead from AfbEddie on Twitter or on X. So this is what Metalhead looks like it'll be coming out soon. And sort of in that kind of world of sort of 1/12 scale fantasy military, we've got a look here at Loose Collector's latest figures. This is Cabbot Stone from Rob Liefeld's kind of Blood Strike, and he does Blood Wulf as well. So I think this looks really decent. These have gone up now on pre-order for at Big Bad Toy Store. I believe Props and Replicas will be getting them in the UK. I spoke to Curtis Pointer from Props and Replicas, and he did say there's a good chance they may get offered these. I think these look great. I mean, there's that debate, isn't there, that okay, they're $80, and a lot of people say, well, you know, are they just glorified Marvel Legends? But Loose Collector is a kind of smaller company. He's taking on big properties, so you know, I guess that is for the higher price point. I mean, it's not Hasbro who's making these. Talking of Hasbro, you can see Cable there in the corner. Here's how Cabbot Stone scales with a Marvel Legends figure and a Mattel Wrestling figure. So you can see, you know, he's pretty stocked out. I kind of wish the thigh articulation was more similar to Marvel Legends, because it looks a little bit different, but you know, I can live with it. From the back it looks the same there if you have a look, but the front looked a little bit different. But these are the two characters, Cabbot Stone and Blood Wulf. I mean, they don't get much more 90s than that, do they? You've obviously got Cabbot Stone as your kind of Cable knockoff or, you know, replica, and Blood Wulf here, kind of like Lobo, you know, you sort of Lobo looking character. Rob Liefeld obviously took those kind of tropes and ran with them from the 90s. I think these look good though. They do look good, you know. I think I'll be putting a pre-order in with Props and Replicas if they do get them. Maybe even Blue Owl Collectibles might possibly get them in, but yeah, you know, these look fun. I think these look fun. If you sort of like, you know, either a 90s kid or you remember all those Image comics in the 90s when they first began, you know, like Young Blood and all those kind of sort of over the top big guns and big pouches kind of characters from the 90s with Image comics, and these are right up that street. And these are the first two of many, so you know, if these are, I presume if these are successful, then Loose Collector and Rob Liefeld will collaborate to make more. I think they should. They look fun. They look great. I mean, you could stick these in with your Marvel Legends, you could stick these in with your GI Joe Classified, you know, and they just sort of sit really nicely together. Your Valaverse Action Force, they'll sit really nicely together. Obviously, this is completely different to Valaverse Action Force in that Valaverse Action Force is sort of more realistic military, and these guys are kind of, you know, fantasy kind of military, but they're fun. You know what? They're fun. They're fun. I think they're fun. I don't know anything about these characters. I know Cabbot Strike, who's shown here, is kind of like, he gets reanimated every time. He gets sort of killed and reanimated in battle, so it's a bit like Tom Cruise in that film Live, Die, Repeat. I think that was the name of it anyway. Sort of similar kind of concept or idea, but he can be sort of, yeah, reincarnated. But yeah, I mean, I just think they look great. I mean, the paint apps on these look beautiful. I mean, this is kind of like where, you know, when people say, oh, these figures are like $70-80, are they worth it? Well, you've got to remember this is a smaller company, number one, and the paint apps on these look far better than any Marvel Legend. You know, this is kind of the paint apps the Marvel Legends wish they had, like, or even anything in that price range. I mean, arguably I'd say GI Joe Classified are the leading sort of like Hasbro brand at the minute, just because in terms of the amount of accessories, and they get more of a budget. But could you imagine if you got a cable like this? It'd be fantastic, wouldn't it? Like with these paint apps, these guns, you know, for a slightly higher price point. But here's Cabbot Strike sort of getting ready for battle, sort of in covert mode, sort of using some scenery as cover, getting ready to battle any enemies. Yeah, I really like these. I mean, these come with a myriad of pouches. You can even see the feet. So it is true, Rob Liefeld can design feet. But yeah, I think they look fun. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Will you be picking these up? Will you be pre-ordering them? Are you intrigued to see what else Loose Collectors comes up with the Liefeld sort of license? Have you got any of Loose Collectors figures already already in your collection? Let me know in the comments below. So yeah, Bloodstrike, there he is. So Bloodstrike's a team. This is Cabbot Stone, the leader from Bloodstrike, I believe. I always thought Bloodstrike was a single character, but I believe it's a team, and he's kind of like their leader. So yeah, I think these look fun. I can't really fault them. I know they're a higher price tag, but it's what's worth it to you. And speaking of GI Joe, I was going to do a separate video on this, but let's talk about them here. So these are the GI Joe Classified pre-orders. We're starting off with the Night Creeper here. Now this is the version 2 helmet you can stick on the Night Creeper, so here it is. I always remember the Night Creeper from the DIC or DiC cartoon, where he sort of was, there was an episode where they tried to steal an Egyptian artifact, and he got possessed by an Egyptian sort of emperor or pharaoh, and he took Lady J as his queen. It was a very surreal episode. Here's Doc, looking really good. I think they've done a really good modern and classic update with Doc. Here's Torch, of course, the last of the Dreadnoks. So, the last of the main three. If you want to round out your main three Dreadnoks, Buzzer, Ripper and Torch, here you go. Torch's gun looks quite, or sort of torch gun I should say, looks quite cool. It's got a skull that lights up on the end, really fun. So yeah, this is kind of like 80s post-apocalyptic Mad Max kind of metal, you know, genre music at its finest, all blended together to make characters. And here's Jinx taking on Torch and showing him who's boss. I actually prefer the unmasked head for Jinx here. She's sleeveless. I have seen GI Joe fans saying they'd like a sleeved version. Full Force Weekly said that we may, you know, you never know, we may get a retro version with sleeves. That'd be cool. You could then build a few ninjas, right? You pop this masked head on those and build out a few ninjas for Jinx to command. And here's Nogahide. He's basically your Australian stereotype, so it's like a big Aussie sort of game hunter. When I first saw this, I believe this was on the Zartan body in the digital render, but this is obviously the gung-ho body. Maybe they've changed something. So this is with Yobbo the monkey, who looks something like out of Indiana Jones, I'd say, and Nogahide the Pork Belly, the big bear, or big sort of, yeah, pig bear type thing. Here is Torch again, as you can see, sort of with all his weaponry and stuff, looking really, really cool. I mean, it's another wave. I did prefer the previous wave a little bit more, with Quick Kick and classic retro Duke and Scala and Airborne, and Big Boa, of course. But I do think this is a really strong wave. I've currently pre-ordered Doc and Jinx and Torch. I'll pick up Nogahide as well. I'll be probably all in on this wave, and a couple of Night Creepers, maybe 2 or 3 Night Creepers. Yeah, I think Jinx looks excellent. I really like the idea of blindfolding her. That'll make a cool sort of blindfolded ninja aesthetic. Here's the Night Creeper, so you can have version 1, which is currently on the head, or version 2. I'm sure we're going to get a slightly unmasked one for a Night Creeper leader, because you can see his face, you know, or you can see his nose and mouth, I should say. So it's kind of like half unmasked. Probably a Night Creeper leader at some point. Here's the Tiger Force 2-pack of Roadblock and Tripwire. I remember having this Tripwire when I was a kid in Tiger Force designs, so this is quite nostalgic for me. I actually would prefer to pick the Tiger Force version up, and I think these look much better than the digital renders. I thought the digital renders look a bit average. These look much better. And talking of digital renders, they did show a few here. So this was Beachhead, the classic Beachhead, and he looks really, really good. I've got the Cobra Island version myself, but I probably will pick this up at some point. I think it looks really, really good. And the Cobra Eels. So if you missed out on the Cobra Eels, which are quite hard to come by initially, here we go. We've got sort of on the retro card ones. So these should be a lot easier to get, you know, obviously, depending on how collectors, you know, buy them and stuff. They maybe, you know, get bought up quickly, but these will be available everywhere. And so will this classic Snow Serpent. Now, obviously, the Snow Serpent here does come with a few less accessories than the mainline one. The mainline one had that, or I should say the mainline one. The mainline had that kind of wolf head and the snowboard. It was a bit of a higher price, but you could mix and match these two if you want. Here's the Cobra Ferret and Driver. Again, looks really good, kind of more small scale vehicle. We do need a few more Joe vehicles though, in my opinion. We're starting to get sort of, you know, more Cobra vehicles than Joe vehicles. This would be nice to be repainted, maybe in Tiger Force colours, like a Tiger Claw. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on any of these GI Joe Classified reveals in the comments below. And if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button. Feel free to comment and subscribe. And here, moving from GI Joe to Marvel, we've got the Sentinel fighting armor Cyclops. So this looks pretty good. It's obviously partly the Jim Lee design in terms of the body, and then with a sort of masked head. Yeah, it looks fun. I always get a bit confused with these Sentinel fighting armor ones, because I believe there's sort of a couple of different companies that make these, and I have a Captain America one, but for the life of me I can't remember which company it's from, if it's from Sentinel Armor, or I believe there's a SH Figure Arts ones as well. I really can't remember, but yeah, this looks good. I mean, if you're collecting these, let me know in the comments below if you've picked any up already, if you're sort of tempted to get any, which ones you're tempted to get. There's quite a few, aren't there? There's like Deadpool and Iron Man. I think there's Iron Man anyway, which would make sense. I think there's Captain America. I believe there's Spider-Man. So I think there's a Wolverine one as well. So yeah, I mean, will we get more of the X-Men? That'd be interesting. I don't know. I guess who could we get really though? Who would make sense in these kind of armored looks? I mean, yes, Wolverine, Cyclops, I suppose, but Gambit, Rogue, would they make sense in these armored looks? Let me know in the comments below. Beast, I mean, you're sort of stretching once you go past a certain number of characters. Anyway, hope you're enjoying this episode of Flicks and Figs. Let me know any of your thoughts in the comments below. And here we have Final Fantasy VII, so I guess that's 7. Yeah, my Roman numerals are terrible. V is 5, isn't it? So that must be 7. Bring Arts Kai pre-orders. Credit to Preturnia.com for showing these. So not sure about any of these characters, who they are. I know Cloud Foxwell, she'll probably be able to educate me if she's watching this episode of Flicks and Figs, because she's a big Final Fantasy fan. I have seen this character before in black and red, so yeah, I really should do some research, shouldn't I? Anyway, if you're enjoying this video, don't forget to smash the like button. Feel free to comment and subscribe. And we've got here the NECA Goliath and Demona 2-pack. This is up for pre-order at Best Buy in America, I believe. Again, thanks to Preturnia.com for showing off these photos. So again, if you're collecting gargoyles, originally you couldn't get these in the UK. You had to go through Big Bad Toy Store and import them, and then the whole shebang did get a limited quantity in. So there's a good chance the whole shebang could get these in, to be honest. You never know, and you could get sort of this 2-pack. I mean, if you've got them already, because I do believe there's a single release of Demona. There obviously is of Goliath. Anyway, let me know if you're collecting NECA gargoyles in the comments below. And The Walking Dead. We've seen Diamond Select do their hand at black and white Walking Dead comic characters. It seems like McFarlane Toys wants another crack at it. They obviously did those 5-inch ones previously, and they've done 7-inch sort of static ones. Hopefully we'll get something in between, more articulated ones. And talking about McFarlane Toys, this was very new news. It only came out yesterday. Page Puncher's 7-inch Ghosts of Krypton. Superman, here he is, looking like something out of Mad Max. Looking a bit crazy there with white armour on. But yeah, I mean, it looks fun. Looks like a fun figure. They look like interesting redesigns of characters, because obviously this is General Zod, looking like something out of like the Addams Family or something, I don't know. But yeah, this is Ghosts of Krypton General Zod. I mean, do you like these kind of redesigns? As far as I'm aware, it's based on a comic story which is coming up in May, unless I've got that wrong. I believe this is the Ghosts of Krypton. There you go. So there's some of the artwork on the Ghost of Krypton. I believe that's General Zod that we're seeing there. This is Earth 2 Superman. This looks good. I mean, Todd's wheelhouse is kind of like making the monstery designs. So that General Zod, the Superman before, they look really good. I think this looks decent. I do like these sort of alternate universe Superman designs. You know, I've always thought this one looked quite nice, quite good, the Earth 2 Superman. So that'll be fun. And I think the last reveal we had was Brainiac yesterday anyway. Don't know if we'll have any more news. We're having toy news right, left and centre at the minute. But here's Brainiac from the Ghosts of Krypton line. So let me know what your thoughts are on these sort of newly released figures. Will you be picking any up? They're page punchers, so they'll be included with the comics. They're 7-inch page punchers. I think that's quite a fun idea. I'd quite like to see Toddy Mac do 7-inch page puncher GI Joes, as he's done 3 and 3-inch quarter ones. I know that there's discussion that they may be doing Skybound GI Joe page punchers at some point, presumably with 3 and 3/4 inch figures. Anyway, If you're picking up page punchers, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what your thoughts are on them. And let's go from that to SH Figure Arts, back to Marvel, from DC to Marvel, across the Spider-Verse, SpiderPunk. So here he is. Looks really good, doesn't it? I must say, this does look really, really good. Haven't seen Across the Spider-Verse. They're not, you know, I know they're good films, they're animated films. They're not, well, the first one I watched, I think, and I did think that was decent. It's not really my cup of tea, but I do think they look good. I mean, this unmasked head sculpt does look excellent. This is SH Figure Arts. Obviously, Mezco 112 was showing off a Miles Morales recently, which was sort of, the fans weren't too impressed with. So, but this does look really good. I mean, this does look really animated. It's got a really, really good look. Let me know if you've collected anything from Across the Spider-Verse in any line, SH Figure Arts or otherwise. Yeah, I mean, he's got a kind of like sort of 80s British punk rock type look, doesn't he? I mean, you know, and it's quite fun. SpiderPunk. I do believe there's a Marvel Legends version, like as in of this look from Across the Spider-Verse, and previously, you know, like a comic-based SpiderPunk, as far as I'm aware, as well. But yeah, it looks good. I mean, it looks good. If it's your type of thing, then let me know in the comments below. And sticking with SHF, moving to more Japanese territory, we've got the father of Ultraman, looking like he's very cross with Ultraman there. Ultraman's been very naughty, not doing the dishes or something, and he's sort of about to tell him off. So, I mean, my God, the horns on this guy, he's pretty horny, isn't he? Like, he looks nice, like a good figure. Don't know much about Ultraman. Ultraman, as far as I'm aware, he looks like he's directing traffic or something there, getting ready to get a plane to land or something. And Ultraman is sort of like a giant type character. I do believe he's like the Power Rangers. I think he can scale up and down. I'm not too sure, but I always have seen him fighting sort of kaiju and that kind of thing. So, you know, he's probably going to chop a building in half or something there with that kind of stance. That's the word I'm looking for. So if you like the father of Ultraman, let's get the mother of Ultraman, the uncle of Ultraman, the grandfather of Ultraman. Let's get the whole family going. But yeah, it looks good. It does look good. I mean, like I say, I sort of admire Ultraman from afar. I'm aware of it. I know it's probably, you know, Power Rangers, I imagine, must have sort of like come from that, derived from that. I know it did derive from Super Sentai originally. But yeah, if you know more about Ultraman, please do let me know in the comments below. And here we got a teaser from 5K Toys. I'm guessing this is Rocksteady or Bebop. I'd be inclined to think it's probably Rocksteady out of the two, but yeah, a teaser of obviously those sort of you know, turtles, those third-party turtles. And talking to turtles, you can always check out Turtles and Tea on Dan Who Reviews. Feel free to check out Legends and Liquor. Of course, any Marvel Legends news on Dan's, you know, main live stream every Thursday evening. And Joe's and Juice with me and Tom and Dan talking all the latest Turtles news. Here's a tease from Super 7. It looks like could it be a Technodrome? Ultimate's Technodrome, talking to Turtles. I was talking to Joe's and Juice, wasn't I, earlier? So here we go. Yes, we talk about all the latest news. And in fact, we did cover all the latest GI Joe reveals, like Torch and Doc and Jinx and so on and so forth, as did Jay. So you can check out Jay's sort of weekly, well, sort of 2 weekly, sorry, news roundup. So yeah, I'll put a link to that in the comments below. He was talking all the latest GI Joe kind of reveals and more. So feel free to check that out. You can, of course, check out Miguel and the Wolfpack Toy Review for toy hunts stateside in the California area. And also, yeah, toy pickups. And, you know, he's looked at Ken from Street Fighter 2, from Jada Toys, and more on his channel. For all things Mythic Legions, Cosmic Legions and more, you can check out Trevor the 1/6 Shooter. For action figure reviews in Ireland, you can check out Brian's action figure reviews. And for toy pickups, toy hunts and film reviews, you can check out Cypher Sigma. And feel free to check out Toy Pics for action figure tips and toy photography. And you can also check out Why So Serious Toys from, yeah, a YouTube channel where it talks like there's all sorts of action figure reviews, you know, good fun. And of course you can check out Big Will. He's relaunched his sort of Pixels in Plastic, or he's kind of come back with a few more videos. So his latest one was all the Marvel Legends reviews, the live stream. He was doing commentary on that. You can check him out. You can check out Elson Official Music for pop music covers and his own music of his own design. Feel free to check out Austin, the Hero of Collectors. And you can, of course, check out the 3POA podcast. Feel free to check out Agent Z-Man and, of course, Dante and the Infinity Equation. And links for all these YouTube channels will be in the comments below. And, of course, feel free to check out AC Toy Design, who does, yeah, a Patreon, and he does sort of questions on a regular basis, and you can join his Patreon if you want to. So yeah, there's Nogahide preparing for the sort of like to get his pre-orders in, and you won't have to wait too long. Nogahide, there's plenty of places you can try. Blue Owl Collectibles, for example, has all the latest GI Joe Classified figures up for pre-order. You can use my affiliate link in the comments below if you want to. They've got Marvel Legends as well, and they'll soon have items in stock. A lot of items on pre-order at the minute, but they'll soon have items in stock. And like I was saying, the items they have got, which I've pre-ordered, they've got Doc. What do you think about the new packaging, by the way? Jinx. Yeah, a lot of people are saying then, you know, they prefer a bit more artwork on the packaging. His Torch, obviously, and yeah, Night Creeper, and we're going to see him now, and then Nogahide, like I mentioned. But yeah, I've pre-ordered a couple of these from Blue Owl Collectibles. You can use my affiliate link, like I say, in the comments below. Yeah, I mean, the one thing I noticed about Nogahide, Yobbo, the monkey, looks like something out of Indiana Jones. And for great, you can pre-order Indiana Jones or pick up Indiana Jones at Cabbot Toys. Feel free to check out Comics and Cocktails, of course. You can check out all the cool stuff. For all your Action Force needs, feel free to check out Valaverse.com with international shipping. I've got a feeling there's a rumble, you know, not sure, but I've got a feeling a UK independent retailer may be picking up Action Force soon. Not too sure, but we'll know soon enough. But let's see. Invincible Toys from, you know, is available on Big Bad Toy Store, so you can check them out. They're futuristic combat soldiers, and of course you can check out Emporium McCool, and you know they do a lot of high-end type action figures such as Mezco 112, SHF. Some of the stuff we saw in this video was SHF. So they do all those kind of high-end figures that you can pick up from there if you want. And of course you can check out In Demand Toys. Feel free to check out Star Action Figures. And for all the latest film reviews, film and TV reviews, you can check out filmandtvreview.com, and I'll put a link to their website in the comments below. And you know, there was obviously a film of Street Fighter, but talking of films, this is based on the game, and it's based on Street Fighter 6, and this is Storm Collectibles Street Fighter 6 Ryu, looking really good. And I like seeing stuff like this because before there was Jada Toys, you know, I would collect a few Storm Collectibles, but obviously we're going to see this guy in Jada Toys at some point, and that is more 1/12 scale compared to these beasts from Storm Collectibles who kind of tower over the 1/12 scale. They are listed as 1/12 scale, but believe me, that's being generous. Maybe this Ryu might be more 1/12 scale. I don't know. They may have scaled down back a bit again, but I'd like to see this Jada Toys do this guy. I mean, I really like the cloth goods on Ryu's kind of tunic. I guess that's the best way of saying it. But yeah, I think, you know, Jada are going to knock this guy out the park when they get round to him. They've obviously got plenty of other Street Fighter figures to do before they get there. But yeah, looking good, I must say, looking really, really decent. So you can, of course, go for Storm Collectibles with a higher price point. There was Hot Ryu, wasn't there, from, I guess, Street Fighter 5 or something, who had a similar kind of look, but obviously had more of the gi, whereas this is more of a, I guess you want to say, tunic. Excuse me, if you want to. But yeah, I mean, I like I say, I'm waiting for Jada Toys to get around to this. He always looks a bit Christ-like, Ryu here, sort of, you know, if Christ was overthrowing the temple. That's a biblical reference for you. The sort of gamblers in the temple, or it was shopkeepers in the temple. Biblical reference for you there. But anyway, here is, yeah, Street Fighter 6 Ryu in all his glory. And like I say, I can't wait to see Jada Toys do this one justice. But again, let me know in the comments below. Do you collect Storm Collectibles? Do you collect Jada Toys? Have you got one or the other? Do you collect both? Are you excited for Jada Toys to do this character? Let me know in the comments below. And something completely different, well, I guess completely different, we've got the 5K Toys. It's the Beast Deities, Fenrir, son of Thor. Now, if you're wondering who Fenrir is, he was the character that fought Hulk in Asgard in Thor Ragnarok, that big, you know, wolf. This guy looks like he'd come from Planet Namek with Dragon Ball Z. I mean, he's really got that kind of look, doesn't he? He looks like Broly or something. Yeah, I mean, look at him in more detail. He looks like he's going hand to hand with sort of Goku rather than Thor. But yes, it is based on the deity Fenrir, who's this sort of who can turn into a wolf. So you could put him in with your Marvel Legends, but he may look a bit out of place there. Might be more at home with your SH Figure Arts or your Dragon Stars, Dragon Ball figures. But yeah, there you go, 5K Toys. We'll have him up for pre-order soon. And sticking with 5K Toys, more in the sort of Asgardian wheelhouse maybe, you've got the 1/12 scale Barbarian, who's available at 5K Toys from Nightmare Toys. So this one looks a bit more Asgardian, doesn't he, or something along those kind of lines. But yeah, a really decent figure. 5K Toys do really, you know, sort of, give you good options with the third-party 1/12 scale figures. I mean, we're getting spoilt with those now at the minute, aren't we? Last year, a couple of those were kind of on the top, a lot of people's top 10s. I forget the names of some of them. Blade Master Wang being one, and a few others, but they were, you know, they were in people's top 10s. So these do look decent. You can't deny it. They look really good. This has a God of War sort of vibe about it, doesn't it? This kind of character. They look really good. So if you're into kind of barbarians or, you know, ogres or that kind of thing in your collection, then something like this would look right at home. So yeah, can't fault it at all. Looks really, really good. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. So have you got anything like that, like Blade Master Wang, or any sort of third-party figures? There was a werewolf, wasn't it? Veteran William, that's another one that a lot of people liked last year. Hard to say what's going to be on people's top 10s this year in terms of third-party, but there's no doubt there's going to be some of them, that's for sure. So yeah, that's my episode, Flicks and Figs, episode 9. It's quite of a hefty one. Let me know what you enjoyed in the comments below. If there was anything you sort of caught your eye and you thought you might want to pre-order. You make all these videos possible, and until next time, just make sure you enjoy those Flicks and Figs.